What doesn't this Golden State Warriors team have going for them? They have a stacked, healthy roster. They are brutal to defend, scoring an average of 109.7 points per game. They're coached by one of the best coaches in the NBA. They have more confidence than any team in the NBA, and this list just goes on and on. Usually when you see the #1 team in the league in scoring, they lack in defense simply because they can beat most teams by outscoring them. But that isn't the case here. Even though the Warriors can outscore every team in the league, they allow only an average of 99 points per game. They drill you fast to scoring, and then they get back covering you like white on rice on defense. What more could you ask for from a team? So maybe it will be easier for me to tell you what this team is lacking or what they need to do in order to make it to this big championship game. All right, so for starters, they will have to make it out of this tough Western Conference with players and teams much more experienced in the playoffs than Golden State is. Another factor that concerns me is this wear down factor. All right, so let's say that the playoffs started today. First, they would see the OKC Thunder. For those of you who haven't been following NBA this season, the Thunder had a very rough start to the season with injuries to key players, which really set them back. But now with the help of Superman-like player Russell Westbrook, they have pushed back into this playoff game, but will most likely take the last spot in the Western Conference, which means they'll face off with first-place Warriors. And this will be a tough challenge for Golden State. Westbrook is a beast lately, averaging 30 points throughout the month of March, so he'll be a challenge to cover for this Warriors team. Now let's say that the Warriors advance past the Thunder. Then they'll face a #5 or a #4 seed in the Western Conference, which could be a team like the LA Clippers or the Portland Trail Blazers. And say they somehow advance from that, well then they'll face the Memphis Grizzlies or even the defending NBA champions, the San Antonio Spurs, who await them on the other side of the Western Conference bracket. Ouch. Okay, this kind of back-to-back-to-back series is exactly what could break this Warriors team. Plus, the Warriors just aren't as sharp as they are on their home court when they're playing away. They only took 2 losses at home so far this season with a record of 34-2 as of right now, but on the road, this team suffered 11 losses with a record of 24-11. This could be a potential disadvantage with how much they will have to travel in the postseason. Do the Warriors have what it takes to get to the championship game? They certainly have one of the best chances to make it all the way, but I'm just not certain they will have the energy or the stamina to make it past the Spurs, the Grizzlies in the Western Conference Finals, and then face off with someone like, I don't know, the Cleveland Cavs or the Atlanta Hawks in that championship game. Just some things to consider before making your championship picks. Things are certainly playing out differently in the playoffs than they are in the regular season. This was just a nice little snapshot of some of the things to expect from this Warriors team in the playoffs, but if you want a full, extensive breakdown on what's to come for this Golden State Warriors team, check out the article and the links below for all of the info you need. Also be on the lookout for another video coming out on the Houston Rockets. Could MVP contender James Harden be the one to carry his team to the NBA title this year? Be on the lookout for my video to find out. And of course, get it all first and exclusively here on SBRpicks.com.